To all Jehovah's Witnesses watching this, consider this message, reflect on the truth that your organization so carefully conceals. I want to be clear, I have nothing against your faith. Every belief system has its pros and cons, and in an ideal world, we could all be brothers living in harmony and mutual respect. Yet, your organization's extreme policies, especially the practice of shunning, create divisions so deep they become nearly unlivable, turning former family members and friends into bitter enemies. You insist that shunning is necessary to keep the congregation pure and to protect members from external corruption. Yet when someone dares to leave or question the teachings, they are cut off, isolated, and stripped of their support network. This isn't a mere side effect, it's a deliberate tool of control. Is this godly acceptable? By enforcing shunning, you not only remove dissenters but also create a class of individuals who feel abandoned, dehumanized, and forced into isolation. Many of these ex-members suffer from depression, loneliness, and a deep-seated resentment that continues to fester over time. Your narrative claims that disfellowshipping is a loving arrangement designed to help those who stray return to the fold. But how can something be loving when it is enforced through fear and isolation? When shunning is used to maintain control, it doesn't purify the congregation, it corrupts it with division and bitterness. Many within your ranks are PMOs, physically in, mentally out, trapped not by genuine faith but by the relentless threat of being cut off. They remain not because they truly believe, but because leaving means losing their entire social network, family, friends, and community. Even those who eventually return do so not out of heartfelt repentance, but out of desperation to reclaim what they once had. Imagine a world where faith is built on free will and genuine belief, where even if you choose to leave, you don't have to sacrifice your dignity or your relationships. Instead, the current system forces you to choose between your faith and your family, between belonging and individuality. The extreme policies of shunning breed not unity, but enmity. They turn brothers and sisters into strangers and create an environment where the true spirit of community is lost. Furthermore, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses know your reality very well, and many still respect what the organization once represented. It is true that some critics are harsh and that society sometimes persecutes you. However, you should understand that not everything is fabricated. The immense resentment and anger is primarily due to your policy of ostracism. It is this policy that robs individuals of support, dignity, and the chance to live as whole, integrated human beings. Your organization also resorts to deception to defend what it calls the truth. You change public statements, alter or erase old publications, and deny in court that shunning is enforced, all to protect your image. If the truth were truly unassailable, why would it require such deceit? Why hide a system that relies on fear, coercion, and systematic isolation? The fact is, your policies create a situation where people are kept inside not out of love for Jehovah, but out of fear of losing everything, their families, their friends, their very identities. And that is the cost of shunning. It creates divisions so profound that they transform potential unity into lifelong enmity. I have nothing against your personal faith, it has its merits and its flaws. In an ideal world, we could all be brothers. Yet, the extreme policies that enforce shunning create an unbearable environment, one that not only divides but also breeds enemies. The anger many ex-members feel is not inherent, it is a response to a system that strips them of dignity, isolates them from support, and relentlessly demonizes them. If your beliefs are founded on love and truth, there's no need to lie or enforce such extreme measures. True faith should allow for freedom of thought and uphold the dignity of every individual. Until the day comes when your policies no longer divide you, remember that unity achieved through fear is no unity at all. Thank you for listening.